Hey guys, my name is Jaime Wallace and we're going to be doing a beginner stretch today. It's going to be about 25 minutes long. All you're going to need is a mat. I'm going to use a strap, but if you don't have a strap at home, you're welcome to use a belt or whatever works for you. If you like these videos and you would like to keep watching them, you can download our app at facet7fitness.com or subscribe down below. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take our feet about hip distance apart, soft bend in the knees, curl that tailbone under, and just let's take a couple of shoulder rolls right here. All the way back, all the way up and down the spine. I like to keep the knees slightly bent when we're standing instead of locked out so that we don't pass out or anything like that. It gives us more stability and more balance. Go ahead and take those shoulders the other way now. Forward. Remembering to breathe. And then let's take a couple of big inhales as our hands come all the way up. Big inhale. And exhale. Fold all the way over. Deepen in the knees. Release the head and then come all the way back up. Big inhale. Exhale as you fold all the way over. Deepen in the knees. Head is heavy. One more. Big inhale. Hands come all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way over. Deep bend in the knees here. So what I'm doing here is I'm just resting my chest on top of my thighs. I'm letting that back become elongated, working out any compression I may have in the discs. My neck is relaxed. My head is heavy here. You can grab the elbows. We're just trying to lengthen the back. What you want to work towards is straightening the knees out, but let's start with them bent, and then when you want more, you just try to straighten them out and keeping the chest glued to the thighs. Deepen in the knees here, come all the way up, and let's step out at 10 and 2. So stepping out at 10 and 2, go ahead and take those hands up. Big inhale. As you exhale, let's go all the way over to the left. So we're stretching out the obliques here. Our hips are squared off. Your hips are facing me. We're reaching the fingertips long. Drop the arm all the way down. Reach for the ceiling here. And then fold all the way over. Our feet are still out at 10 and 2. We're turning those shoulders so that they're squared off to the mat. Flat back here. And then we're going to release all the way down. So again, our head is heavy, our neck is relaxed. We're squaring those hips off if you need to. Pull that right hip forward, left hip back. Remembering to breathe. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Challenging our flexibility on the exhales. Turn both toes towards me. Grabbing onto the ankle. And then using your left toe, turn it all the way out. You're going to feel that in the inner thigh, maybe behind the knee. Head is heavy. Take a soft bend in the right knee here. You can go as deep as you want to or just slightly, whatever feels good for you. We're just getting that extra stretch right around the back and the inner thigh. Come all the way up and then turn both feet to face the left. Take that right foot, lift up the heel. We're on our toes, more of a stretch now. And release all the way down, coming back to center. Turn the toes to face me. Center here, head is heavy. Turn those toes out to 10 and 2, deepen in the knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to do that on the other side now. So our feet are out at 10 and 2. Big inhales, the hands come up. Exhales, we go all the way over to the right. Holding it here. We're stretching out the obliques, reaching the arms long. Think of elongating your body here. And then dropping that outer arm down. Reach a little bit further. Big inhales and exhales. And then when you're ready, fold over. So we have the flat back. We're folded over. And then we're going to take it all the way down. Feet are still out at 10 and 2. Our head is heavy here. We're making sure those hips are squared off, both facing me. Neck is relaxed. Head is heavy. Let gravity pull you down. Go ahead and turn those feet towards me, grabbing onto the ankle now. Trying to take the nose closer to the knee, remembering to breathe. And then you're going to take your right foot this time, turning it out. Staying down, head is heavy, reaching those fingertips long. Do what feels good for you. And then when you're ready, you're going to take that bend in the other knee, the back leg right here. You can take it small or big, whatever feels good for you. We're just lengthening out that inner thigh, lengthening out the leg. Big inhales, big exhales. And then as we press back up, we're going to turn the foot to face the other one. So we're facing all the way to the right now, squaring those hips off. Go ahead and come up on the back toes, pressing forward, feeling that stretch a little more behind the knee. Elbows can be relaxed or on the ankle if you want to work on balance. And then drop that heel back down. Turn and face me again, coming to center. Head is heavy. We're just going to stay here for a minute. Go ahead and take a soft bend in the knees, grabbing onto the elbows. Head is heavy, elongating that spine. Big inhale, big exhale. Placing the palms of our hands down onto the mat. Take a deep bend in the knees. Press those elbows into the knees. Open up those hips. If this doesn't feel good for you, if you're working towards this, you can always take one arm at a time, pressing the shoulder down a little bit, opening up one hip, and then moving to the other side. Should feel good. Coming back to center, extend out those knees, come all the way back down, soft bend in the knees, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Coming back up, I want you to take that left arm all the way over your chest, drop the left shoulder down, gazes all the way to the left. So I'm really pressing that shoulder away from my chin here, dropping it down away from the ears, lengthening the arm out. I'm pulling that arm close to my chest. You should really feel this in your shoulders. And then release the arm down, come up and over. So we're going to grab onto the elbow. Now I'm going to turn around so you can see. Walk those fingertips down your spine. Use your hand to press that elbow down. Stretching out the back of our arms, and we're going to lean all the way over to the right. Stretching out the obliques again, stretching out those triceps. Big inhales, big exhales. And let's move to the other side. Shaking out right here. Go ahead and take that right arm all the way over. Drop that right shoulder down. Press it down for me. Squeeze that arm towards your chest. And gazes to the right. Listen to your body right here. Feel what feels good and what's sore. You can play around with your movement, your mobility to see what works better for you. Pressing the shoulder down. And then release and take that arm all the way up and over, grabbing onto your elbow with your left hand. Press that right shoulder down, press the elbow down, reach those fingertips down the spine. And then let's go all the way over to the left this time, stretching out the obliques, stretching out the back of the arms. And then release. We're going to interlace our fingertips here. This is going to stretch out our neck. We're going to place those fingertips as they're interlaced behind our head. And then we're just going to press down. So right here, I'm pressing down. I'm trying to get the chin to touch my chest. Pressing lightly. Remembering to keep that soft bend in your knees. This should feel so good on that neck. Take a deep inhale, deep exhale with me here. One more big inhale, big exhale. And release. Walk all the way back to your mat. Deep inhale for me as hands come up. Exhale as they fold all the way over. Soft bend in the knees here, resting the chest on the thighs. We're going to go all the way down. Take a deep bend in the knees and then come all the way back up. Deep bend in the knees and then all the way back up. One more time, deep bend in the knees and all the way back up. Take a soft bend in the knees here. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Place the right ankle over the left ankle. Big inhale. Exhale, fold all the way over. This should feel good. Head is heavy, neck is relaxed. Tailbone is curled under. And then switch to the other side. So I'm going to come all the way back up. And then I'm going to go to the other side and we're going to go all the way back in, down to the mat, into our thighs. Head is heavy, trying to get the nose to touch the knee. Should really feel this in your calf muscle. Unlace your legs here. Deep bend in the knee. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. While we're on the subject of stretching out our calves, if you have a block at home, this may work. Otherwise, let's be more realistic with like the edge of furniture or something like that. So this is a really simple stretch you can do at home to stretch out your calf muscles, just placing the toes up against a piece of furniture or something and pressing forwards. Switching it out and just pressing forwards. It should feel good. Pressing the hips forwards. Another one, if you have bad knees or anything like that, sometimes you can stretch out those quads on the ground. That kind of hurts your knees and stuff like that. So you can always do it standing. Just make sure you're holding on to something for balance. Grab one of your ankles up into your hand. Glue the knees together here. So my thighs are laced up, my knees are glued together, and I'm drawing the heel into the seat. Pressing the hips forward. You should feel that right on the top of your legs. Big inhale, big exhale as you're actively pulling that heel towards you. And then you can release down and we can take it to the other side. So hand holding you for stability. Go ahead and reach for that ankle or the top of the foot. Glue those knees together, lace those inner thighs up. We're gonna pull the heel into the seat right here. Pressing the hips forward. This should feel good on the top of your legs. And release all the way down. Let's go ahead and move into a runner's lunge here. So our right foot is going to be out in front of us. The left foot is going to be behind us. The knee is stacked directly above the ankle, and we're going to take both of our hands to the inside of the thigh. So we're going to come down. As you can see, I have the knee directly above my ankle. I'm lengthening out that back leg. Our back leg is straight. We're dropping the hips down. And then drop the knee and press yourself all the way back. Lengthening out the leg here, walking those fingertips long, head is heavy. Point and flex the toes a couple times here. Loosen up the ankle, loosen up the calf muscles. Square the hips off. So I want you to pull that hip forward. For me, it's the left hip, and I'm pressing the right hip backwards. So whatever hip where your leg is extended, you want to press that one backwards. We're trying to square the hips off to the edge of the mat. You can lead with your chest or release all the way down. You really want to think of elongating the body here, reaching those fingertips long, deep breaths, big inhales, big exhales. Move around, see what feels good for you and what's sore. And then coming forward, send that leg all the way back to a tabletop position. Let's round out our back here. Big inhale as we round out the back. And exhale as you do a couple of cat and cows here. A big inhale. Big exhale. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears. And then come to a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and stay here and just move our left leg forward, moving to our left runner's lunge. So as you can see, my ankle is directly below the knee. My knee's not too far forwards or too far back. I'm taking my back leg up onto my toes, extending that leg out long, dropping the hips low. You can open up that thigh a little bit if that feels good. We're staying with our palms on the inside of our thigh here. Again, this is for beginners, but if at any time you feel like dropping the knee, unfolding the toe, coming down to the forearms for a deeper stretch, feel free to do that or work your way towards it. You can always just try one at a time in your practice, dropping the knee, unfolding the toe, and then coming back up. Next time, dropping the knee, unfolding the toe, coming down to the forearms. Each step at a time. So let's drop the knee, send those hips all the way back now. We're lengthening out the left leg, pressing that left hip back, drawing that right hip forward. We're walking the fingertips long, pointing and flexing a couple times. Head is heavy, and remember to breathe. And coming forward, let's go ahead and sit all the way back. Extend both legs out in front of you. So we can use our hands here, or you can use a strap. One of the ways to use a strap is just to place it around the soles of your feet, pulling it in, flexing out the ankle, pressing the heel away from you, flexing out the calves, or using your biceps to pull yourself forward closer to the toes. That's one way we can do it, right? Another one is just, if we don't have a strap or a belt or anything at home, just reaching, just take a big inhale with me. Big inhale, hands come up. As you exhale, fold forward. Reaching the fingertips long. I think they used to do like tests for this in PE class, and they'd measure and see how long you could reach. So we're kind of doing the same thing that maybe you did in PE in middle school or elementary. We're reaching the fingertips long, see if you can get them a little further. You can flex and point the toes a couple times here. Feel your hips rotating. Reach the fingertips across the mat, trying to get that chest to touch the top of your thighs. If you have a bend in your knee, that's fine. Ideally, we want to lengthen the legs and have them straight, but that's not always where we start out, right? It's a practice. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a lot of patience. So if your knees are slightly bent, that's okay. Reach, and you can just practice kind of straightening them and then releasing them, straightening them and releasing them. Maybe even try one at a time here. Make sure your head is heavy. Neck is relaxed. And then come all the way up, and let's do one leg at a time. So go ahead and take that left leg, draw the heel into the inner thigh. Big inhale as the hands come all the way up. Big exhale as you fold all the way over. Pointing and flexing. Head is heavy. Release that head. Let it relax. Let the neck relax. Reach the fingertips a little further for me. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time. And let's switch legs. So lengthen out the left leg now. Right leg is going to come all the way into our inner thigh, or as far as it can go. If right here feels good for you, let's start there, and then you can slowly start inching it towards the upper half of your thigh. So do what feels comfortable for you. Let's take that deep inhale as the hands come up. Exhale as you fold over and challenge your flexibility, pointing and flexing if you need to, bending the knee and pressing it down if you need to. Head is heavy, neck is relaxed. Reaching those fingertips long. Try to take that chest forward at some point with the flat back before you fold all the way over. Coming all the way back up. Extend both of your legs out. I like to press my feet down. This may feel good on your ankles. Just pressing them. You can do it one at a time. What I'm doing is placing one hand behind my heel, the other one on top of my foot, and just slowly, gradually pressing down while I'm pulling on the heel. And then we're going to come all the way back. Coming onto our back, instead of a pigeon pose, we're going to do a variation of pigeon pose. So pigeon pose is usually like this, where we're working on that hip flexor. If we're not there yet, let's practice this way. So both of the soles of the feet are going to be in the mat. We're going to take that right ankle up and over onto our knee. Both feet are going to be flexed. You're going to thread the needle through, grabbing onto the back of the thighs or the top of the shins. If you're on the back of the thighs, great. Let's just work up to the shins later with a lot of practice, a lot of patience, and a lot of breathing. Flex those 2 feet on the inhale. Take one big one right here. The exhale is when we're going to start pulling that leg closer into our chest. This should feel really good on that right hip flexor. Listen to your body about what feels good, what hurts. Remember to breathe, and then release all the way down. Let's take it to the other side. So now we're going to take that left ankle over the knee, thread the needle through to the back of the the back of the thigh or the top of the shins. Flex both feet. Take a deep inhale for me. Exhale and pull that leg closer towards you. And release all the way down. Extend that left leg all the way out as you draw the right knee into your chest for a spinal twist. We're going to drop the knee all the way over. This should feel good on the back. And then we're going to take the opposite arm, extend it out. Gaze is going to be to the right. Coming back to center. Extend that right leg all the way down. Left leg is going to come all the way into our chest here. And then we're going to take that left leg all the way over the midline to the right. Lengthen out that left arm. Gaze is to the left towards me. Remembering to breathe. Let your body relax. Big inhales, big exhales. Coming all the way back to center. Pull both of those knees up into your chest. We're going to move into a happy baby here, grabbing onto our big toes, opening up the hips, trying to drop the knees down to the ground. A few things you can do here. You can rock If you're working on your straddle, what I would suggest is working one at a time. So one leg at a time. You're going to extend one leg out and then bring it back in. Another leg out and then bring it back in. Go slow. Work up to extending both. And then bring the knees all the way in. Grab onto both your knees. Circle the knees out here. I like to circle them because you get more support, more massage, I guess you could say, on that lower lumbar region. You can really feel the mat pressing against your sit bones and your lower back. And then we take it to the other side. And then think about what we just did in the 25 minutes. Pick the pose that you want to work on the most. Instead of moving into Shavasana today and doing meditations, I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I'm laying there and I'm thinking, oh, I really like that one thing we did and I wish we could do it longer. So pick that out, whatever it may be for you. I want you to get into that pose. Practice deep inhales, deep exhales. On your exhale is when you want to actually tell yourself to relax. Be intentional about relaxing. If you've done some of my other videos, you may hear me doing a body scan. Do a body scan for yourself when you're in that pose. If you're extended over and trying to get lower, tell yourself, relax my neck, relax my shoulders, relax my back, relax my hips, relax my thighs, relax my knees, ankles, toes. Sometimes our mind and body don't always want to work together, and we kind of have to give one a little hint that we're trying to get somewhere in our practice. Remember to be patient, take it one step at a time, and I hope to see you again soon. Yay!